If you've been speaking Spanish or learning Spanish for a bit, you've conjugated a lot of verbs, and at some point you've moved from regular verbs into stem changers. You know, like when your vowel changes from this to that. And we have stem changers in the present tense and also the preterite. And I'm not going to explain how to do it today. What I want to show today is what do they have in common, and maybe what's a little trick so we don't have to spend so much time memorizing. In the present, our stem changers happen in AR, ER, and IR verbs, and they occur in boxes 1, 2, 3, and 6. Sometimes we give them a special name and we call them zapato verbs or shoe verbs or boot verbs. And what kind of changes can we have? We have E to IE, E to I, O to UE, and U to UE. And a couple examples, cerrar, volver, preferir, dormir. So those are E to IE, O to UE, E to IE, and O to UE. Well, what do we have over in the preterite? In the preterite, we're only going to have stem changers in IR verbs, only occurring in boxes 3 and 6. And unfortunately, they don't really have a special name. So you know what I'm going to call them? I call them sandal verbs or chancla verbs. If you think that on the left can look like a boot, I think this on the right can look like a chancla. And in the preterite, what kind of changes do we have? Well, they're only going to change from E to I or O to U. Let's go ahead and conjugate one of these all the way through. So you see dormir here. I've got the UE and the U. That's going to tell you that the O changes to a UE in the present and an O to a U in the preterite. And if we're going to conjugate that, we have duermo, duermes, duerme, dormimos, dormis, duermen. Preterite, dormi, dormiste, durmió, dormimos, dormistes, durmieron. How did I know that dormir was a stem changer? Well, in the present, I just have to memorize a list. Go out there and look for like the most common zapato verbos. How did I know about the preterite? Well, the preterite, it's a little easier because we only have them in IR verbs. Well, do I have to look up a list of IR verbs? Well, no, because if it changes in the present, so if you have an IR verb that's a stem changer in the present, it will also be a stem changer in the preterite. Now it changes in different boxes and it changes with different vowels. But now you don't need to memorize the preterite, you just memorize the present. Let's go back to these examples over here. So cerrar, that changes in the present. Does it change in the preterite? Question mark. Well, no, it does not change in the preterite because it's an AR verb and there are no changers. Well, what about volver? Yes, it changes in the present. Does it change in the preterite? No, because there are no ER stem changers in the preterite. Well, now we have preferir. Well, in the present, that's an E to an IE stem changer. And in the preterite, does it change? Yes. Preterite. If you have an IR verb that changes in the present, it will then change in the preterite. Different boxes, different changes, but it happens. Let's write that one out. So we have preferir, IE, I. So see, that's going to say in the present, it's E to IE. In the preterite, it's E to I. Prefiero, prefieres, prefiere, preferimos, preferís, prefieren. Preferí, preferiste, prefirió. See that one right there? Preferimos, preferistes, prefieron. So it changes again. All right, stem changers. You've got your zapato verbos and your chancla verbos. Now, just memorize the one, and you're going to kind of get another one. It's like a mogo. Memorize one, get one. I think we've seen that before. Suerte.